Kia ora koutou. Thank you for joining us again in the next part of our 2021 Canterbury Rugby Awards as we celebrate our rugby community. Our awards are an opportunity to acknowledge all of those people who make a real difference in our game. It has been another crazy year, and without all of your hard work and dedication to the game, we may not have had a season. Our registration numbers remained strong despite the challenges we have faced with COVID, and it was fantastic to see club footy be played across all the grades throughout 2021. We enjoy a fantastic amount of support for rugby in this province, so on behalf of Canterbury Rugby, thank you to all our volunteers, administrators, coaches, referees and players for all that you do. Your combined efforts to raise the profile of rugby, to grow the game and to make it safer and more enjoyable for all do not go unnoticed. Now, let's get back to more award presentations.
Kia ora team, onto a game which I love, and this game the kids absolutely love with a passion. So it's chaotic, very little rules. Give them a ball, whoever holds on to it for 10 seconds wins. Simple as that. If they get pushed outside of the circle, well then they go into the boxes stance, or we can actually give them a whole lot of other activities related to the tackle, whether it's same foot, same shoulder, get them to hold that stance for 5 seconds, then they come back in. So pretty clear rules as well, and teaching under 8s and 9s around how to play the game. So if they get tackled and they get to ground, got to release the ball. Same as anyone that's playing, the ball has to be on their feet. So we're actually teaching them good technique around and actually laws of the game, where players on their feet get all the reward. So kids love it as well because it's chaotic and there's very little rules, so just let them go.
The Community Coach of the Year recognises an outstanding rugby coach in our rugby community who motivates and believes in their team, has a true passion for our game and demonstrates fair play, commitment, hard work and inclusiveness. We're proud to say we received a large number of nominations for this award of quality coaches who are enabling, growing and developing grassroots rugby in their club. However, there can only be one winner. The inaugural winner of the Canterbury Rugby Community Coach is Joe G, High School All Boys Division 2.
A stalwart of high school old boys, Joe G has an impressive record with the club, having coached teams to win Premier, Premier Reserves and Colts Premier titles. This season, he coached the Premier Reserves to claim their 3rd trophy final in a row by beating Littleton at the Port. Known as Team 2 within the club, they have a team ethos where together everyone achieves more. This has been instigated by Joe to create buy-in and motivation for his team to succeed, while also attracting players to the grade, which has previously struggled to recruit numbers. Not only does Joe look after the players, he also mentors the next generation of coaches, and this year he was recognised for his long service by becoming a life member of High School Old Boys.
I'm one of many. I'm just lucky enough to be standing here as opposed to the other coaches and managers I've had this year, and the support from the whole club. It's been great. We're really aligned with our Prem side. I sort of brought that culture to the club about 3 or 4 years ago, so we've had a bit of movement around senior coaches, and we're very closely aligned. And we, every time they pick a senior squad, it's a consultation with myself, who's playing for the Prems, and the surplus players and players back from injury will come down and play for what we refer to as Team 2, and then we pick it from there. We've got a core bunch of players every year for the last 3 or 4 years, for 8 to 10 players, and the rest is filtered up by Colts players coming in and Prems coming back down, and we just normally run a squad of anywhere up to 30 when that happens. But no, it works very well. It's a lot of good movement within the top 3 teams, including the Prem Colts. Really honoured to be given it. The first time to have it, all the years I put into it, it's really appreciated. What I'd like to do is thank the Canterbury Rugby Union, particularly the fixtures for club rugby, the way they've got the Prems and Prems Reserve aligned. Makes it easier for every club when the short players aren't as free to play the senior football now with ties of work and university and things like that. So having the 2 teams together, it makes it easier for every club to have players available for both sides. So it's a great plus for community rugby.
Another new award for 2021 is the Community Team of the Year. This has been created to acknowledge and reward a team within the Canterbury Rugby community that has demonstrated excellent team culture, shown a love for our game and adhered to their club values. The inaugural winner of the Canterbury Rugby Community Team of the Year is
Hurunui Under-15s. With players from Hamner Springs, Culverden, Waio, Rotherham, Harwoodin, Waikari and Kaikoura, the commitment and dedication from each of the players in the Hurunui Under-15s is impressive. The rurally based team is made up of players from different schools with different experience levels, yet they have come together to create a supportive, fun and enjoyable team environment, not to mention embracing the sometimes hundreds of kilometres of travel each week. The Hiranui under-15s players gel together, support each other, have positive attitudes and have displayed excellent conduct both on and off the field.
Yeah, it is actually quite an achievement being named that out of that many people.
I live in Hamner Springs. Usually travel with your mates and just do stuff like that, get fish and chips on the way back. It's been pretty good.
It's real good fun. It's a good bunch of guys.
Yeah, I loved it this year. We had a good team, everyone got along with each other. Up the Hogs!
Hi, I'm pleased to be able to present this award, which is a new award of Club of the Year. Clubs are at the heart of our Canterbury rugby community. Our new Club of the Year award recognises a club that has fostered participation and enjoyment across their grades and has made an impact in their local community. With a number of fantastic clubs across Metro, Ellesmere and North Canterbury, choosing a winner has been challenging. Our inaugural winner lives and breathes Canterbury Rugby's values: to care, show courage and continually improve. This club keeps it positive on their sidelines, creates space for a lifelong sense of belonging and leads by example. The inaugural winner of the Canterbury Rugby Club of the Year is Marist Albion.
Marist Albion had an impressive 2021 season on the field, with the Premier men winning the Canstaff Trophy, both their Colts and Division 3 men finishing as runners-up, and their Premier reserves making the semi-finals. Their registration numbers held strong across all grades, with growth across their junior teams and with 2 combined under-17 girls teams this season. They're focused on fostering participation and enjoyment, with a particular focus on growing female rugby, which will see a return of a Marist Albion team to the women's competition in the near future. Off the field, Marist Albion have worked hard on their governance and have developed a very strong junior committee. The club is continually working on their strategy to grow the game and increase participation, while creating a sense of belonging to the club for all participants.
The game starts at the young fellas and young girls, doesn't it? And getting them along and getting them involved and chucking the ball around at a young age, that gets them engaged with our club, our community. And, you know, like a lot of the kids are coming from networks around the Catholic community as well. So, you know, because that's the stepping stone and that's where we build from for our future generations of players and supporters and volunteers. So it's really good to get those kids in early. And we're in a world of pain in 2017, and then we got some good coaching structures and units in place. We sort of like rose from the ashes, if you like, and ended up in winning the plate. Then we've gone on and didn't quite make it the following year, but the following year after that we ended up in a beaten in the last minute in a final at Rugby Park, and then we got the chance to back up again last year. But even our efforts around Colts and the strong foundation we've put into Colts and the relationships with our feeder schools like Bede's and Thomas's and other Catholic boys' schools around the South Island has really, really helped us sort of like build that Colts program. Our focus now moving forward is going to be how we build on our women's side and the junior women and some of those relationships with some schools and developing those players as well.
Look at that, just leg drive. Even
Tony gets out the way and a good charge for there from Cross. He spins, he's got the try.
And the number 7 Christchurch Girls High School, Holly.
Looking to try and bring in the defence, and now they break away solo. It's slightly only at the red circle. Look at the end of it. That ball there is brilliant. That's into the captain's hand. Just keep going. Look at this defend. Comes out the twist, turn around.
Again, they got numbers down the left edge, Christ College. Big chance if they can keep the ball alive. It comes back on the inside, and they're going to get the second try of the game.